Evening, everybody. Good to see all of you on the call. I see we've got quite a number of people that are logging on, and the numbers are just growing and growing, and it's exciting. And I'm very happy to see all of you coming on to this call. It seems like, like last week, we were on a call on Saturday. We were having fun and we had people from all over. And here we are again, and we still see that there's a lot of people from Southern Africa and East Africa. That is encouraging because it looks like everybody has heeded the call that no matter what, when there's an opportunity for you to learn new things, you log on, and because there's never enough information. So I just want to say thank you very much to each and every one of you for logging on today. And we're going to be having some fun. I've got Drew with me here. And Drew, do you want to put your video on so that we can see you? We're going to be talking, quite a number of exciting things. Hi, Drew. Good to see you. Just unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still learning the Zooms thing. Good to see you, Brandon.
Good to see you. It's like, it's been a while, a few days.
Yeah, missing you already, man.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you're back home and safe. And I'm happy that we, our distributors, our family, New Life family members, they're logging in numbers. So we're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about our incentive. But the most important one, and I think that we've been just trying to get as many people to understand, is our fast start to director. Because, the goal when you join this business is to try and see or get as many people as possible to get to director level. Director level is a prestigious level in our business. Even if you're a president's team member, you have to be a director first. And even if you look at the title, we say that a 5 diamond director, or we say a 5 ruby director, emerald director. So you need to be a director. And I just want to make sure that as many as possible of our distributors who are not yet as directors, they understand the importance of being a director and staying qualified at a director level and consistently qualified, because there are so many benefits that you will find at a director level. I know we've got directors on the call, and they might be saying, well, I'm already a director. You know what? If you are already a director, now is to go and help other people to become directors, duplicate yourself, find more directors in your business, and help them to qualify for all the benefits that you are getting as a director. Because, being a director, that is where we want to see many people be. I don't know, Drew, do you want to say something about this position of being a director? Just unmute yourself.
Brandon, I think you've teed that up beautifully. And I can't emphasize enough, and any more than you have. If you've joined this business, if you join Near Life because you want to improve your financial future for whatever reason, whether that's to educate children or to create financial security, or you've lost an income, or to travel, or just to improve your lifestyle. If you have started 2021 and you have a financial goal that you want to achieve, that goal won't be achieved as a manager or senior manager. That is, we need to be clear that those are the real practicing levels in this business. They're fantastic levels, but they're the practicing levels in this business. The real rubber hits the road at the director level. It is that important. And so this year we've just really zoned in on this director title, because director title is a springboard to many things, to maximizing your sales volume bonus. It's a springboard to being able to earn an extra 18,000 Rand a year on the Emerald Direct Incentive bonus. It's a platform to start earning leadership development bonus from other directors in your organization. It's, you cannot be a Sapphire director or World Team or Ruby or Diamond director without first being a director.
That's true.
Okay. And so I think this is a good time for us to move on into that fast start to director incentive that we are really talking a lot about this year. And we are spotlighting it, we're highlighting it, because we want you to understand how it works, because the purpose of this fast start to director incentive is to get more people to director quicker and more people qualifying as a director more consistently. Okay, so Brandon, why don't you talk to us about it and show us how it works?
Yeah, Drew, I thought, you know, today I'm just going to dissect it. I'm going to spend some time on this incentive because, you know, as we've been talking about it, there's been so many questions that are coming through, and we want to just try and cover as many of those questions as possible and make it easy for people to understand as they move forward from here on. And it's a nice time, you know, when we're talking about this, we've just finished off our month and we're going to be starting the new month so that you can start fresh with good ideas, understanding of this as to how you're going to work it. And then by the end of the month of February, you are already in the running for the Fast Start to Director. So all the information you will find on this booklet, the Incentive 2021, and it's on page 3. If you just want to be specific, to find out where it is specifically, it's on page 3. And I'm just going to, you know, go through each line. What does it mean? First of all, you know, to become or to be part of this, you need to be, you need to join the business. You need to be a distributor. So start with 250 personnel PV or more in the first 3 months in your life. Now that 3-month period, I just want to mention that, you know, previously it was 2 months. Now it has been increased to 3 months. So the first 3 months is the month that you join plus 2 months after in the calendar month. So if it is January that you join in, January will be the month 1, February and March will be month number 2 and number 3. Now, when you do or when you join, register, you would register and get a kit. And every kit that we have has PVs. So if you have chosen a kit for 20 points, 36 points, or whatever amount of points it might be, those points of a kit, you can accumulate or add on to those points. If they all come to 250 points in that month that you join, you open up your window. So you could do it all in 1 month, the month that you join, or you can do it, you know, throughout the 3 months. Whichever month that you do your 250, you will open your window. The other important thing is this. If, for example, you do or you start with a 36 PV kit in that month, and then you add other points during the month, it could be 50, it could be 60 and 100 there. And if they all come to about 250 or more in that single calendar month, that would be your 250 personnel PV. That would mean that you open up your window for Fast Start to Director. Now, when you have opened up your window, you have now 6 months to do your 4,000 qualifying PV. Now, when we say that your window has opened up to do 4,000, so it means that you need to qualify consistently with 250 personnel PVs. Anytime within that 6-month period that you do 4,000 PVs with your team, qualifying PVs, you would become a director. So a minimum of 250 personnel PV monthly is required to keep your 6-month Fast Start to Director window open and going and running. And then when you step up to director, the month that you step up, it would mean that you would have your 250 and 4,000 qualifying PVs. And then you are a brand new director and you qualify for all the director benefits, including getting your director pin, you and your spouse, if there's 2 of you in the distributorship. Now, that is just an explanation. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to also go a little step further and have a, you know, illustration as to what is it that we are talking about when we're talking about the 3-month period, when we're talking about the 4,000 qualifying PV. What do we mean? So here we go. Now, we speak about the 3-month period, right? So what is a 3-month period? I'm just illustrating it there. There's your January, February, March. And we say in that period, you need to do your 250 personnel PV. Let's say you are a brand new distributor, you started last month. And last month, you started with a 36 PV kit. Obviously, the month is gone and you didn't do your 250 PVs. In the month of February, you You don't do 250 points because you're just trying to find your way to understand the products. But you with your friends, maybe you just end up at 100 personnel PVs. When I say 100 personnel PVs, if you don't have a team, it's just you on the distributorship and you have 100 personnel PVs on your name, your personnel PV will be 100 and your qualifying PV will also be 100. I just want to make it clear there, because sometimes people get confused. When does a QPV come in? The QPV will come in when you have now, a team of distributors. So your personnel PV plus your team that equals to qualifying PV. Now, in the month of March, which is the third month, you do your 250 points. Well done, congratulations. By doing this 250 PVs on the third month, it means that now you have opened up your window. So your 6 month window has opened up. So the window there of 6 months is April up until September. So that's 6 months. Now, what I just want to make sure that people understand, the first month when you do your 250, let's say in the month of March, you did 250 personnel PV and your qualifying PV for whatever reason was 4,000 points. You would not be a director, because you need to open your window by doing 250 PVs first, and then the following month you can do 250 and 4,000 qualifying PVs, then you become a director. So in this case, the person in the month of March, they just did 250 personnel PVs and their qualifying PV is 250. They're not yet a director, but the window has opened. You would see the green there representing that is a window period from April up until September. Now, this is what's going to happen now. Remember, you need to have 250 minimum personnel PV on your name every month. Let's say in the month of April, you do 250. You now have a team, and you and your team, you have done 500 qualifying PV. In the month of May, you do your own 250. And your qualifying PV with your team is 1,500. So that would mean that you are consistently doing your 250. You have not broken. So any time from here that you do 4,000, maybe let's say in the month of June, you do your 250 PVs plus 4,000, that would mean that you become a brand new director. Now, look at it this way. You open up your window in the month of March, and you just qualified in the fourth month, and you become a brand new director. Now, becoming a brand new director, that means that now you would get your PIN, plus you will get a gift from Neolife, because you are now a brand new director and you have stepped up, and you qualify for the maximum 25% sales volume bonus as a director. And you are eligible for other benefits of being a director. For example, if you also go out and develop other directors, you will qualify for the leadership development bonus, as Drew was saying earlier on. Plus, on top of that, as a director, if you're consistently qualified, you also have an opportunity to attend special events like our leadership school, attend the convention for free, and many more. But I just want to stop here now when I'm trying to make sure that you understand this part. So basically, all what you need to do if you have started recently, you need to do your 250 personnel PVs every month. Stay consistently doing 250 personnel PVs. And anytime that when you've done your 250, you and your team have accumulated 4,000 in 1 month, you will become a director. But you need to do all of this within the 6 months period. Should it fall over or beyond the 6 month period, that would mean that you would now go on to the normal compensation plan, which all the information you will find on the compensation plan book. So we're not going to talk compensation plan today, but we're focusing more on this incentive. Why are we focusing on this incentive? Because we want you to try and work towards becoming a director in the next 2, 3, 4 months so that you can maximize on your income. And by the way, I just want to add on to what Drew was saying. This you can do part-time. You don't need to be doing this full-time. I know that there are people who are doing this full-time, but you can also do it part-time. And if you're doing it part-time, that would be an incredible amount of money that you're getting extra over and above your income. So that is why we want you to get to this position of being a director. Now, here's what I just want to just explain as well now. I know some of the distributors sitting there, oh, I have missed out because I'm an older distributor. I joined last year or 2 years or whenever I started, and I have not been really focusing on this. The good news is, from the company side, we have said, okay, we don't want to leave anybody out. We want everybody to participate and work towards becoming a director. Now, any or all of existing distributors, managers, and senior managers who are not yet at a director level, you can also open up your window. You have from January, February, and March to open up your window. Any of those months, do your 250 and stay qualified with your 250, and you've opened your window. And anytime that you do your 4,000, you will also become a qualified director. For me, that is exciting because now you are also, you also have an opportunity to get to director faster, because that is all what we're trying to do here. We want you to get to the director position faster. And you need to work with your upline, you need to work with your sponsors so that they can show you exactly what is it that you need to do on a regular basis so that you can get to this position. But it doesn't end here. Here's another part that I think that sometimes people, they don't realize that it's there, it's available for them. If you are on the fast start to director, step up and you become a director, we will recognize you, will give you your recognition, you'll qualify for all the benefits of being a director for that month. Then the following month, if you continue qualifying, there's something that we call the director consistency bonus. This is another incredible incentive that we've got at Neolife. Qualify, stay qualified, and qualify again within 2 months by doing just 250 every month. So you repeat the 250 and 4,000 qualifying PV in any of those months, which could be July or August. And if you do 250 over 4,000 in any of those months, let's say it is July in this case, you will earn an extra 1,000 Rand or 1,000 Namibian dollars or Emalangen or Maluti, depend where you are. And then if it's pullers, it will be 750 pullers extra on top of your sales volume bonus, on top of other incentives that you will be qualifying for. So this is another incentive that is available. What I like about this, any of the distributors who step up to director, even if they were not on the fast start to director, but if they are doing their 250 PVs personally every month, when they qualify and then repeat the 250 over 4,000 points in the 2 months, they will also qualify for this money. And we recognize some of the people or the values of the monies last Saturday. And we said that there's a lot of money that has been earned for stepping up and becoming a director and qualifying consistently. So a minimum of 250 PVs need to be maintained in those 2 months. So in the month of July or August, you need to continuously do your 250. Now, we keep on repeating this 250 PVs. You know, when you do your 250 PVs, that means that you are eligible for a sales volume bonus. You qualify for a sales volume bonus, because even if you are all by yourself in a distributorship, if you don't have 250 personal PVs, you won't qualify for a bonus. So that is very, very important for you to understand. That is why we want you to do a minimum of 250 personal PVs on your name. So this 250 personal PVs, this could be PVs from your products that you are using, from the products that you are sharing with or your customers or retailing. And we want you to just focus on this 250. I know some of you might be looking at it for the first time and not understanding. Spend some time with your upline, with your sponsor, with your team leaders, so that you can have a better understanding as to how does this 250 work and how you can make 250 personal PVs on a regular basis. Now, I know there might be some questions, and you know what, at any point we might be clarifying these this incentive as we go along with this presentation for today. So Drew, I'm not sure, is there anything else that you want to add on to this incentive?
Yeah, Brandon, thank you for just explaining that so beautifully. And yeah, people might still have questions. We don't, it's a very simple incentive, but I understand it. You don't have to get it straight away. And if you don't get it, you can watch the replay of this. You can speak to your upline director; they'll be able to explain it. But I've just on our Facebook group, I've just seen this is being streamed live to Facebook. Seen a comment come in from Kerry Ann saying that these incentives are the blueprint to success in this business. And it is almost follow your nose. And if the fast start to directive incentive, if you just go back to, I think it's page 6 of the incentive guide, and Brandon read out line by line, just understand those and just follow your nose with these incentives. And just to get back to the 250, some people have said, well, now you guys are asking me to do 250. And yes, 250, I believe, is a really key number in this business. And we expect you to do it every month. Brandon mentioned that if you fail to do your 250, then you off the fast track and you're back to the original plan, which is still a very good plan. But why do we want you to consistently do your 250? Because we want you to use the product, and we want you to go and recommend and share some product to customers. And we know our product is repeat. And so if you're using product every month with you and your family in your home, we want you to go and reservice your customers and every month find new customers. And so the 250 should be a really attainable, consistent figure that you can hit every single month without a problem. So Brandon, thank you very much for that. Let's talk about some of the activities that will help you get that 250. Some of the activities that will help you develop a team. Some of the activities that will help you develop a team to achieve that 4,000 points. And I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Okay, you can see that, Brandon?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, so we haven't spoken about it for during the month of January, but it's something that we speak about most weeks, and it's called the 3 daily success habits. We know that success is created through positive habits. Where somebody doesn't fail overnight in life, it's normally an accumulation of habits that accumulate over time. Doing nothing, watching TV every night and not doing something constructive or growing or developing yourself personally, that's a negative habit. And bad financial planning is a negative habit that will result in a negative result down the line. And on the same token, people don't just succeed overnight. And very often, we see people and we say, well, that was an overnight success. But then you go and look at the backstory and you see these people making sacrifices and implementing these positive habits into their life day in, day out that results in what appears to most people as an overnight success story. Okay, so what I want to focus in on here is habits, daily habits, and we call them the 3 daily success habits. Okay, so there's 3 things that we want you to be doing, or we know that you need to be doing on a daily basis, not a weekly or monthly basis, on a daily basis, if you want to get from distributor to director, okay, and beyond. And the first one is what we call success habit 1, using the product. Okay, and this seems so simple. We want you to start using the product. And for the new distributors, you buy a kit, and you'll notice we don't sell any kits that don't have any products in them. Why? Because we know the number 1 daily success habit is using the product. And we know a lot of people will start with a Pro Vitality kit or the Tree and End kit or the Home Care kit. That's a good start. But we want you to start converting your home to the Near Life range. Okay. And we want you to do that for a number of reasons. Number 1, we want you to build up a believability in the product. And your believability doesn't come from me or Brandon or your sponsor telling you how good our products are. Your believability comes from you using the products and feeling and living that experience and going, wow, that Pro Vitality gave me more energy. Wow, that laundry powder has saved me a whole lot of money. Wow, my skin is looking amazing on that skincare range. That is where your belief comes from using the product. And so we all we all have an economy in our home where we go to the supermarket and we buy consumable products that we sell in Near Life. Things like dishwashing liquids, washing powders, fabric softeners. We buy vitamins. We spoke about on Saturday. Nearly 50% of the population are buying a vitamin supplement. If you are not, I suggest you start. Most people are using some sort of skincare products, shampoos, conditioners. And so all these products, as a committed Near Life distributor who has a desire to get to director level, you are doing yourself a massive disservice if you're buying any of these products from a retail store. If you're supporting somebody else's business and not your own, I think it's going to be a long road. Okay, so wherever possible, start redirecting your buying habits and make sure that when somebody walks into your home, they see you have Near Life your home. Okay, you are a product of the product. And we can talk about using the products for all night if we wanted to, but where do we hear all the amazing testimonies and stories? We only hear those stories because people are using our products. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask you is, how is your product usage? Can it be improved? Okay, the second habit, daily success habit number 2, is being able to share the product and share the opportunity. Okay, so sorry, I should have another word in there. There's 2 things that you're going to be sharing. You're going to be sharing the product and you're going to be sharing the opportunity. Okay, and when I say share, I'm talking, I mean talk to people. Okay, so that's a picture of you. Okay, if you don't look like that, we can all have goals to look like that, right? You use the product and you go out and you talk to people. You share the product with other people and you build up that 250 personal PV base. Okay, so that is product that you buy for yourself and your family and product that you buy for your customers, your retail customers. Okay, so who do you talk to about the product? You talk to people that your friend that says to you, man, Drew, you know what? I have no energy anymore. I get home from work and I just don't know what to do with myself. People that say, hey, I had my checkup and my doctor said I need to look out for my blood sugar levels or my blood pressure levels. Hey, that's somebody that you probably can help. Or somebody that is complaining about money. Do you know anybody that wants to make more money? The first way you make money is you save money. And I know through our home care range, a family of 4 will on average save about 4,000 Rand per year. So show them how to save some money. What about, who else do you talk to? People with kids. Kids need good nutrition. Kids need a Near Life shake or a Nutri-Shake every day before they go to school. People that want to save the environment, save themselves, help them get the toxins out of their home. So you talk to people about the product and you will build up a customer base. With your customer base and with your personal usage, I know you can do 250 personal points every single month. Okay, it's not, can you do it? I know you can do it. Believe it. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk to people about and share is the opportunity. We all know people that need an opportunity in today's world, in today's economy. Okay, so we're going to go and find 3 people. We're going to call these your basic 3. Okay, your basic 3. And they could be friends. Okay, so I've just given little illustrations here. So maybe this is a friends of yours who are pregnant, they're just starting a family and they would like to start an education fund for the kids. Or they know that their new child is going to add additional expenses to their home and right now they're just breaking even. They need to find another way to make money. Or maybe it's the lady says, okay, the mom says, okay, well, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I need to find a way to make money without having to go into work every day. Great person to talk to. Maybe a teacher. We know we have so many wonderful teachers in the business. If you're a teacher, just say hi to us on the chat. I'd love to see where our teachers are. But we know teachers often have a need and a desire to make more money, right? And I've spoken to so many teachers that, they say, well, I'm a teacher. And the first thing I say to them, wow, you get so many holidays, you must love traveling. And you know what they often say to me is, Drew, I would love to travel, but my income doesn't allow me to travel. Hey, that's a great opportunity for me to say, hey, how would you like to make some extra money so that you can actually take holidays in all the holidays you receive? Maybe you know somebody who works in the corporate world and they are frustrated. They're disillusioned. They don't like their boss. They don't like their colleagues. They don't like waking up to an alarm clock. They don't like all that thing that comes with a standard 9-to-5 job. They want a change in life. Yeah, these are just some ideas I'm throwing out here. Okay, and we call these people your basic three. And just to get that out the way. Okay, and so here we have your basic three, and you're doing your 250 personal points, and your 3 people that you have signed up as Near Life distributors, they're not customers, they are distributors. We work with them and we teach them how to do 250 points, how to use the product, how to go out and share the product with other people and build up a 250 point business base. Okay. You are now a senior manager because your business is doing 1,000 points. How's your business doing 1,000 points? Your basic 3 are each doing 250 points. Okay. So that's 250, 500, 750, plus you do 250 points. That equals 1,000 points. Okay. That is the power of this business. You are only personally doing 250 points, but in your organization, you're doing a total of 1,000 points. And so we will pay you on 1,000 points. And just to show you that you're never going to run out of prospects, you might not be that muscly guy on the previous slide. You might be a lady in the business, and you might know a pilot. You might know a couple that wants to go on honeymoon. They've just got married and they are saving for a honeymoon. You might know an entrepreneur with their own business that has hit hard times because of COVID. Okay, and I just added a slide in here just to illustrate that you will never run out of people to talk to because there are so many people that have a need for an extra income. Okay, so let's just take it a step further. You are now what we call a senior manager. Your business is doing 1,000 points. Okay, now how do we get our business from 1,000 points to 4,000 points? And remember, this is just an example. It can work so many different ways, but I'm just illustrating it so for the new distributors so they understand. How do you take your business from 1,000 point senior manager business to a 4,000 point director size business? You work with your basic 3, okay, and you teach them how to develop their basic 3. So you work with the new parents and you help them find their first 3. Their first 3, you work with them and help them do 250 points. Okay, you do that with your teacher, you do that with your corporate person. And so they each have their basic 3, and now they each have a business size of 1,000 points. So they are senior managers. So you are a qualified senior manager with 1,000 points, and you develop another 3 qualified senior managers. Guess what? Your business is now doing 4,000 points, and you are a qualified director. You'll be earning yourself an income. This is very much a part-time income of at least 8,000 to 10,000 Rand per month. I know a lot of qualified directors on the call that earn a lot more than that. You'll be eligible to earn an extra 4,500 Rand every 3 months through consistency bonuses, but you would be a qualified director. Okay, so let's just back up here for a second. We want you to be using the product. We want you to be sharing the product and finding your customers so you can do 250 personal points. And then we want you to be sharing the opportunity. Okay, find 3 other people where you can share the opportunity and they say yes, they become a Near Life distributor, and you teach them how to use the product and share the product so they build up a 250 point business base. And then you just duplicate that. That is how you and this is just an example. It can work many, many ways, but those are the activities that need to be happening in your business. Okay. The third daily success habit is what we call personal development. Okay. So number 1, use the product. Number 2, share the product and the opportunity. The third daily success habit is personal development. And this is an extremely, extremely important one. Okay. And I'll share a quick story with you. When I joined this business, for those of you I'm meeting for the first time, this business has been a part of my family for 47 years. My parents joined at a time in their lives where they were financially broke, flat broke. Somebody said, looks like you need to make some extra money. They said, sounds interesting. And somebody sat down and showed them the Near Life compensation plan. They looked at it and they were skeptical, but they said, hey, if it can do half of what that man says it can do, we need to try this business. And that decision that they made in July 1974 changed the course of our family's future for generations. They achieved complete financial freedom through Near Life. I grew up with it. That's where a lot of my passion comes from, because I saw where these products and the opportunity took us from a family from where we were to where we are today. But I haven't always been a distributor. I spent the first 13 years of my life working in the investment banking world in London, and I got frustrated. I got disillusioned with the corporate world, and I realized that Near Life truly does have a better way. So my wife and I decided to become Near Life distributors. We saw Near Life as a way that we could take our life from where it was to where we wanted it to be, where we spoke about, we desired it to be, our dreams, our goals, and we got really excited. And my father sat down with me and he said, okay, Drew, you need to use the product more. So I started using more product. He said, Drew, you're going to have to talk to people about the product. You need to share the product and you need to find some customers. So I went out and I spoke to people about the product and I found some customers. So I was doing 250 points. He then said to me, Drew, you need to go and share the opportunity. Go and find your basic 3. Go and find 3 people that need an opportunity, that have dreams and goals for their life, and they need to find a way to make a part-time income. And so I went out to find my basic 3. And guess how many people I needed to talk to find my first 3 people? I spoke to at least 20 people before I found my first new distributor. Okay. And the lesson I want you to take out of that is the first 3 people you talk to will not be your basic 3. That I can promise you. Don't expect it. And I'm just going to be real with you, because I do see people come into this business and talk to 3 people and they don't get their basic 3, or they don't even get 1. And they say, okay, well, I can't do this. And they give up. And that is where personal development comes in. In fact, the first person I spoke to was a good friend of mine. I spoke to you guys about this on Saturday. He told me I was crazy. He told me this would never work. And you know what? I don't blame him, because I got in front of him. I didn't know what I was saying. I made no sense. And he just said, it won't work. And I left and I was disappointed. But I decided to, you have a choice. In this business, you will fall down. You've got to decide to get back up. That was a no. The second person I spoke to was a lawyer. And I remember presenting the business to him. And I had my sponsor, my father, sitting with me in this coffee shop. And within 5 minutes of talking to this lawyer, he had fallen asleep. Okay, now I don't know if you've ever had somebody fall asleep on you. Maybe some of you are falling asleep right now in a one-on-one conversation. It doesn't feel good. And that was the end of that presentation. I've never spoken to that man since. And I left that meeting that evening saying, I don't know if I can do this. This is harder than I thought. And my father said to me, Drew, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. You're going to have to learn to develop some skills that are going to help you succeed in this business. Okay. And it's no different to a teacher. It's no different to a doctor. Somebody finishes school, they go out and they study. A teacher is a 3 or 4 year commitment before you can start making an income that might help you make ends meet. A doctor, I think it might be 7 years. You got to go and study for 7 years. It could be more, could be less, but let's say it's 7 years before you can go and start making a livable income. Okay. So why is it different with Near Life? Why do people join our business and go, hey, you know what? I didn't make money in the first month. This doesn't work. This is a business. Let's get professional about it. You're going to have to develop some skills to build this business. But here the beauty is, while you develop these skills, you can make yourself money. Okay, so you can earn while you learn. So let's have a look at the skills that we need to develop. And the skills we need to develop, the first one is you need to have a strong goal. What is your goal? Okay, and I'm just going to stop the share for a second. What is your goal? Your goal needs to be incredibly strong. If you don't have a strong goal, then I don't think you're going to have the resilience to survive in this business. Not just any business, not just Near Life, in any business. Success will require some disappointments. Okay. If you haven't been knocked down, you will be knocked down. And that's okay, because it happens to everybody. You will be disappointed, maybe by people even close to you. That's okay. It happens to everybody. But here you get to make a decision. Okay. Do you quit? Do you stay down, or do you decide to get back up and continue? The only people that I've ever seen fail in this business are the people that quit. I've seen many people fail because they've made a mistake or they've got a no, but they get back up and they continue. The only people that fail for good is the people that quit. And so the only way I know how to get back up is by having a strong enough reason or goal to get back up. And Vusi Tembakwaya spoke about it so beautifully on Saturday. If you didn't see a session, go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. He said, do you know your dream? Does your upline sponsor know your dream? Do your friends know your dream? Does your team know your dream? And if the answer to those questions is no, I want you to get very clear with your dream, and I want you to go and share it with your team. I want you to go and share it with your sponsor. I want you to get excited about it, because that is going to be your direction. That is what's going to keep you going when the going gets tough. Okay, the second thing is you need to have some names. People to talk to. Who are you going to share your product and your opportunity with? And that starts with a name list. And we call it an active name list. Tonight, I want you to go and write down a minimum of 20 names. If you don't have a name list, I want you to write down a minimum of 20 names after this call and build that name list up to 100 names. Start with people that you know, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your colleagues, your ex-school friends, your dentist, your vet, your anybody, your local store owner, your travel agent. Write down people that you know. Okay, you're not going to talk to everybody, but I want you to physically write these names down. Okay, and this is a skill. So many people keep this name list in their head, and I believe it is a mistake because you miss so many opportunities. When you write down that friend that you went to school with, you write down that name. Often just by writing down that name, that will generate another 10 names that you suddenly think of. Okay. And by having a name list, you can systematically start working through that name list. And why do we call it an active name list? Because we need to keep putting names on that name list. Okay. Now let's just think of it. If you have 10 people on your name list and you talk to 10 of them and they all say no, guess what? You're out of business. If you have 100 people on that name list and you talk to 10 of them and they also say no, you're still in business. You still got 90 people to talk to, and I can promise you, you will get results from those 90 people. Okay, so my question to you is, what does your name list look like? And have a goal to add at least one person onto that name list every single day. Every single day. Get good at meeting people, whether it's online, via social media, or in person. Get good at meeting new people. And meeting new people is a skill. You know, the best way I know how to meet somebody new is to be friendly, give them a smile, ask them a question, engage with them. Okay, so develop the skill of meeting new people and adding to that name list. Number 3, you're going to have to discover what the people's needs are on that name list. One of the big mistakes I made from my name list, I wanted to tell them everything I thought they needed to hear. Okay. And my father said to me, Drew, what it's like is you've got a bag of birdseed and you're running around your town and you are just throwing the seed at every bird you see. And these birds just want to get away from you. Okay. It's intimidating. They don't want to be sold stuff. You're just telling them how good your opportunity is, how good your product is. Sure, your product might be fantastic. Your opportunity might be the best opportunity in the world, but it means nothing to them. Drew, what you want to do is take your birdseed and you want to scatter it on the ground. You want to make it appealing. Okay. And how do you do that? You discover what people need and what they want. Discover their needs. How do you discover people's needs? You discover their needs by asking them questions. Ask questions about their family, their children. Ask questions about their occupation, what they do for a living. Ask questions about their recreation. You know, if you know they like to play golf, you know, ask them where they're playing golf. Ask them anything. You know, they like to ski, they like to fish. You know, ask them questions about, think of an acronym, FOR, family, occupation, recreation. Those 3 questions will give you a safe space where you can ask people nice questions, and people love to talk about those 3 things. People love to talk about themselves. So by asking those questions, you will get people talking about themselves. And you know what people like talking about more than themselves? Talking about their problems. Okay, talking about their problems, telling you how tired they are, telling you how little Johnny is getting sick every month and is skipping so much school because he is constantly sick. He's got a cold, he's got flu. Telling you how they love to go fishing, but you know what? They just don't have the time anymore because they are working all the time. Telling you how they love to ski, but they can no longer afford to maintain their ski boat, whatever it is. Telling you how much they hate their job, telling you how much their job doesn't pay them, whatever it is. People will expose, by asking questions, people are going to expose their needs, okay? And we are looking for 2 needs or desires. Number 1, a health goal or a health need, challenge. And number 2, a financial goal or financial challenge. Okay, those are the 2 things that we can help them with. And once you have exposed or uncovered their need, this is where you can add value. Remember, our business is about adding value into other people's lives. And I can't help you unless I know what you need and what you want. And once I know what you need, here's the important part, is I don't jump on that need right away, okay? You got to have some self-awareness. You got to be able to do this in the correct way, okay? If somebody tells you that they are tired, don't jump on them right now and say, I've got the best thing for you, you got to take it. Just bank that need and give them a call the next day or the next conversation you have with them. Say, hey, Mary, the last time we spoke, you've been on my mind. You mentioned that you had no energy. Every day you got home after work, you had no energy to spend with the kids. You couldn't make dinner. You kept on getting takeout. Now, I can just imagine how that feels. I think I've got something which can help you. I had the same problem as you, and I really think I've got something that can help. If I sent you some information, would you be willing to take a look? Okay, we need to be able to invite Mary to take a look at our product. And I want you to write this statement down. If I would you, okay, this is for point number 4. If I would you, okay, if I could show you a way to fix that, if I could show you a way to achieve that, would you be willing to take a look? Hey, John, I'm just calling because you mentioned something. We were chatting last weekend, and you told me how much you are missing golf. You just don't get to play because it's so expensive to play a round of golf these days. Yeah, that's not great, man. We need to fix this. I really think I've got a way that you can make enough money to at least have 2 rounds of golf a month. If I sent you some information, would you take a look? If I invited you onto a webinar on Monday night, would you take a look? Like, is that making sense? Hey, Mary, I'm just calling because you've been on my mind. At school drop-off on Friday, you mentioned that little Johnny was getting sick all the time, or the teacher was complaining that he wasn't concentrating properly in class. That's not great. I'm sure you're concerned about it, but I really believe I have something which could help you. If I invited you to join me on a webinar Monday night with one of our nutrition specialists, would you be willing to take a look? Okay, so that's inviting. Can you see what I'm doing there? I'm inviting based on their need. And when you do that, very seldomly do people say, no, you know what, I'm not interested. I don't want to fix that problem, or I don't want to achieve that goal. So let's just recap. Know what is going to keep you in this business and talking to people. Have a name list. Always be adding to that name list. Be able to discover the people's needs on that name list. When you discover their needs, don't attack those needs straight away, but find an appropriate time to give them a call or to approach them and effectively invite them. Number 4, to take a look at a solution to that need. Okay. And the solution could come in the form of many, many things. It could come in the form of just giving them one of our Pro Vitality flyers, or sending them a Pro Vitality flyer via the TNL app or via WhatsApp. It could come in the form of WhatsApping them a recording of one of our YouTube replay videos where a mother talks about her near-life journey, or you see one of our diamond directors talking about the business and how their lives have been changed. That invite on the presentation could happen in the form of sitting down over a cup of coffee with your sponsor and talking about the product or talking about the opportunity. or doing it via Zoom, or doing it via a WhatsApp video call. Okay, so you can invite them to take a look at your product or an opportunity on many different platforms. And that is one of the powerful things about our business. I was just talking to a distributor the other day in East Africa. And over the last 12 months, her business has exploded internationally because all of a sudden she's able to invite and present the solution via technology, and her business has grown all over the world. She's just developed, I think, a Sapphire director in America. She's earning dollars, and she lives in Africa. And then skill number 5 is being able to being able to follow up. And if you're not going to do number 5, then I'm going to suggest you don't do number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because here is what the latest industry stats are showing us. People are looking at our product and opportunity 4 to 6 times before they say yes, or before they buy a product. And so often you will talk to somebody, you'll share a flyer with them, and that's the end of it. Don't expect them to come back to you, because they're probably not going to. You're going to have to follow up with them. And this is a skill that you're going to have to develop. And just something which I've learned in the follow-up skill is phoning and asking them a strong question. Hey, John, did you get a chance to take a look at the video? Wait for him to say yes. If he says yes, say, what did you like most about it? Ask a strong question. Okay, and then stop and listen and let him feed back to you. Okay, because you're going to respond based on what he has said to you. And he might say, no, I'm not interested. Not a problem. We'll go to the next name. Or he might say, Drew, that's quite interesting. And you talk about it a little while, and he doesn't sign up, but he says he is interested. Then you say, well, John, you're interested. I would like you to join me on Wednesday night, because we're going to have a Zoom presentation with somebody who's achieved phenomenal success, and I really would like you to meet them. Join me on Wednesday night. And you just upgrade John's experience to a big experience where he meets somebody else. He hears different stories. And often that experience will push him over the line. But might not. But after the Zoom call, you phone him or you message him and say, hey, John, what did you like most about the presentation? And you listen. Would you like to, let's get you started, John. Follow up. Ask him the question. He might not get started. Then you say, hey, John, let's just meet for a cup of coffee and get your questions answered and finalize this. Okay, so this is following up. What happens if you sell a product to a new customer? Within 3 to 4 days, phone them or send them a message and say, hey, Mary, just checking in with you. Are you feeling strong on your nutrition? Are you enjoying your home care products? Have you learned, are you okay with diluting them? Have you got any questions? This follow-up process never, ever stops. Okay. And when John or Mary joins your business, guess what you do? You take them back to number 1. You find out what their goals are. You help them draw up their name list. You help them discover the needs of the people on the name list. You teach them how to invite those people based on the needs to have a look at the product or opportunity solution. You help them present. You follow up with them until they get their first customer, until they get their first distributor, until they get their basic 3. So guys, those are just the basic skills that we use in this business to grow our business. It is that simple. To get to director, make sure you're implementing the 3 daily success habits. You're using the product. You're sharing the product. You're sharing the opportunity. And you're becoming the best version of yourself and developing the skills through personal development. Those are the 3 things. And once you have those 3 things, this is how the business is built. Our business is not a theory-based business, unfortunately. I've given you a theory-based lesson on how to share your product and your opportunity using those 5 skills. But how do you develop those skills? You get out and you do it. And one of my favorite things is presenting our product and presenting our opportunity. It used to terrify me. I used to sweat. I used to get so nervous. I used to prepare. And before I would go and talk to anybody, before I'd pick up the phone and invite anybody. But every time I did it, I got a little bit better. Every time I did it, I figured out where I could improve, what to say that works, what to say that doesn't work. So you need to get out there and put yourself out there for failure. And I think one of the things that keep people from succeeding in this business is fear. Fear stops them from reaching out to somebody and inviting them to take a look at the business. Fear stops them from picking up the phone or sending them a message and following up with somebody that you've already spoken to, because we fear being rejected. Okay, and that is something that we're going to have to overcome, and that is personal development. So guys, thank you for your time this evening. I want you to believe that this year you are going to, if you haven't got your basic 3, you're going to find your basic 3. Whether you have to talk to 10 people or 20 people or 30 people, make that happen in the month of February. I just want to congratulate every one of you. We are just wrapping up the month of January. It is probably the strongest month of January that I've ever been a part of. We ended December, record-breaking December. We've started January. It's a record-breaking January. I'm just amazed at what's gone on. But I'm not surprised, because we fought for this momentum. Throughout 2020, we put our heads down and we got busy and we fought for this momentum. We now have this momentum. Momentum in your business is your best friend. Okay, when you achieve that momentum, you don't step back and admire that momentum. You keep going, because momentum will take you to Emerald Director. Momentum will take you to Sapphire Director, through the Rubies. We'll get you onto the President's team. I just know we have a cracking year lined up, and I'm so excited to be part of it with all of you. We want you to achieve your health goals. We want you to get to director as soon as possible. If you don't understand the fast start to director, pick up the phone tonight and get onto your upline. Get onto your upline director. If you don't know who that is, phone your sponsor and say, who is our director? I need to talk to them, because they will be they'll be willing and able to help you, because we succeed when we empower other people to success in this business. So good night to every one of you. God bless you all.